It's Friday night and you know what that means. Sports and entertainment. My name is Joe Saina and this is The Score. And I'm joined by two top scorers of their clubs, in their minds that is. We have Lawton and Big Will. Lawton obviously getting 106 goals in 108 appearances for Man City. Yep. And Big Will getting 107 goals in 105 matches for Liverpool.
Technically, that's incorrect. I think I'm more fitter. Technically, that's correct.
Remember, at Keep It Kiss, hashtag all day, every day, hashtag The Score KE. Let's go. What a week of sports, I'm telling you. It has been crazy. From the motorsports to the rugby and to Cristiano Ronaldo. Because as Lawton says, he's bigger than Manchester United. But I'll get to that later on. The blasphemy here is too much. So first of all, the rugby results. Over the weekend, Kenya was playing in the qualifications for the Rugby World Cup against Uganda. And Big Will, I mean, we know what happened.
Yeah. It was a bloodbath. It was a whitewash.
Our neighbors,
our cassava merchants
they didn't see it coming.
Were dealt with properly. We put them in their place, and the end of story, Uganda are not making it to the World Cup.
So it was 42-7 to Kenya.
Yes.
And then on Wednesday night, we played against Algeria. And I'm telling you, you sat and you told me that game was giving you nightmares.
Let me tell you, I'm not the biggest rugby fan. I actually just wanted to watch the World Cup qualifiers. But on Wednesday night.
Wednesday night, correct.
It was terrible. I mean, at one point, it looked like we were losing the game.
Yes.
Then all of a sudden, we came back into the game. Then now it became a proper QPR versus Man City kind of game. Where we have no idea what's going to happen, and he just needed an Aguero moment.
You were telling me about the line out.
There was the last line out at the end. I think the coach, everybody was just standing in Lazileza. Boss, just try. Just get that ball, kick it out. Just kick it out. Try as much as possible, man. But congratulations to the Simbas. Yes. I think we play Namibia.
We play Namibia in the final on Sunday.
The final, which I think whoever does not win goes for the repechage.
Yes.
I think we're in the repechage. I'm Kenyan still. I think
Yes.
So that's Kenya versus Algeria on Saturday, correct?
Yes.
All right then. And
Sunday.
Kenya versus Namibia on Sunday.
Sunday, sorry.
Yes.
And what time?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Yes.
And then also, the same weekend, we had the Dallas Sevens. And one guy in this studio is going to be very happy towards the end of this scoreline. Okay, so for the 13th place, we had Kenya Harlequins versus Kisumu. That ended at 19-7. Then for the challenge, we had Nakuru 10, Cabras 14. And then for the 5th place, we had Strathmore Leos at 17 and Nondescripts at 12. And then also at the 3rd place, we had Mwamba 7. KCB 10. Then the cup
do we
final.
Get drum rolls for this one?
Drum rolls.
Yes.
And then the cup final. Homeboys 19.
Yes.
There we go.
Menengai Oilers 14. Lawton.
It's too easy.
It's too easy. What
do you mean too easy, by the way? What happened to Desta?
The education. We were focused on exams. But it's too easy for homeboys. It's too easy.
Also the same weekend we had the summer international rugby fixtures. Japan 23, France 42, New Zealand 42, Ireland 19, Australia 30, England 28. That to me was a surprise. South Africa coming from behind to still lose to Wales.
To beat Wales.
They came from well behind.
Well behind.
Yes. And what was the final score?
31-29?
Yeah. 31-29,
yes.
First half, it looked like South Africa were out of it, man.
Yes, yeah.
They have this guy that's the size of Zoom.
Hashel Yantis.
Shout out to Zoom.
Hashel Yantis, yes.
Oh my God, he was clattered in the first time. I thought they were going to kill him, man. But shout out to South Africa.
And then finally, we had Argentina 26, Scotland 18. Wow, that was rugby. So, I'm sure right now you're like, oh, Joe, you finally got a Manchester United jersey. I actually got the training jersey because we're in training. Okay. the drama that is happening at United right now is unprecedented because we thought we had a left back in Malacia, comes in, we are good, we are going next for De Jong. Then Cristiano does Cristiano things.
Yes, he drops a bombshell.
Cristiano does Cristiano
He drops a bombshell saying, I mean, he wants to leave. I mean, he wants to go to a club. I mean, he wants to go to another team whereby he can play Champions League football and try and win a league.
Ambition.
You bring up ambition.
Ambition.
Okay, so when the season was over, he knew he was going to be in the Europa League.
True.
Correct?
Fair enough.
In 2 months, he thought about it. Vizuri.
Yeah.
So 1 week to pre-season, we are facing Liverpool next week.
Yeah.
He decides that he wants to leave United.
2 things here.
He hasn't shown up for 3 training sessions.
First of all, the game against Liverpool is inconsequential.
No, it's not. In terms of pre-season.
It's just for preparation's sake. I'll take that.
It's still a big game between those two teams, whether
Fair
it's
enough.
pre-season or not.
Fair enough. United can win this one. Allow them to win this one. So they can get something. But I think the one thing that Ronaldo, and I think I agree with him, is that there's no ambition at Man United. Everybody's talking about this great rebuild, and then the first signing is Malacia. What's that, man? I mean, it has no knock-on effect on the players. Anybody that they are transfer linked to, it's either they copied somebody into that transfer, it's either this player does not want to come or there's an issue with that particular transfer, or simply they're buying a nobody who everyone else thinks is beyond their selling day.
Ronaldo for me is just, there's something in American sports we called stat padding. He knows he's a top goal scorer in the Champions League. So he wants to get as many goals as possible in the Champions League. He knows he can't win the league in the next 2 years at United. So he'd rather go and win another league somewhere else with another team, or better still, try and win the World Cup. It's all about stat padding. It's all about himself. It's not about the team anymore.
I don't think
also,
so. Wait, just before that. I don't think so because Ronaldo is made out of ambition. His DNA is ambition. His DNA is a champion, winning and everything. I mean, he's not seeing that at United. And it's not his fault.
This is not athletics. This is a team sport.
Absolutely, but it's not his fault.
On the other side of it, Pogba agrees a 4-year deal at Juventus and Di Maria following. On this other side, we bounce back to United. Christian Eriksen, in principle, in a gentleman's handshake, which never worked last season in some transfer we know, has agreed to join Manchester United. Lawton asked me before we started, so how are you going, actually it was you, how are you going to play that midfield? So Van der Beek again is going to the bench because it's going to be Bruno, Eriksen, and Fred or something.
You know what? I said on this show 2 weeks ago, Manchester United are very confused. Absolutely. They don't know what they want. The problem areas at United are not in midfield. A fast right back.
Yes.
I mean, Wan-Bissaka cannot save. I mean, he can't cross. He can't do anything. He should be dispensed with. Defensive midfield, you guys don't have. So why are you guys bringing in Eriksen? And they also need a striker also. Why are you guys bringing in Eriksen and Malacia? Malacia for me is surplus at left back. Eriksen for me is not the kind of player you need. You need a defensive midfielder.
Correct.
So why are United buying all these guys? Yet they don't need them.
So, I mean, we can sit here the whole day and talk about United's, problems. And we'll never finish, to be honest, because next week, as we've talked, we're having pre-season. We don't have Ronaldo, obviously. We have Malacia. We don't know about Eriksen. We don't know about De Jong.
We don't even know who Malacia is, man.
No. Okay.
You will probably sign in a goalkeeper, by the way.
Yeah, to replace Henderson.
Yeah, to replace Henderson.
When we crossed the English Channel into France, and Mauricio Pochettino was sacked by PSG, and his replacement is former Lille manager Galtier. Now, he won the League One with Lille.
Yes.
Okay, granted. So this is what Pochettino had to say after obviously his dismissal. I want to wish everyone at PSG the very best for the future. The owners, the board, the players, all the staff and the supporters. He goes down obviously to thank the owners, and he goes and says, "We are proud to finish as league champions at a club that has meant so much to me and my family. For my time here as a player and a captain, and now as a coach," and he signs off as Mauricio. So here's the thing. The sickness at PSG is one thing, the Champions League.
Not really, man. I think it's
their obsession for the Champions League.
I get that. I think it's dominance.
They've already dominated in France.
True, but you see, Mauricio Pochettino is not that manager that subdues other managers on the touchline. You need that personality. That
he doesn't have
handle.
a character.
Yeah, he doesn't have a personality of his own. And I think that's what PSG are after. But I think also the whole what the model that PSG want to go into now is where my concern comes in. Because they want to go into the whole rebuilding young players, because the moment they bring in Luis Campos, Charles Gatlier, it's now more about can we build talent and obviously go into the market and sell them. And you see, they're also they're trying to mirror with what is happening at City, and they're wondering, where did we go wrong? City has raised over £80 million this season, this transfer window alone, off academy players.
Off academy players.
Just off academy
Well,
players.
we know PSG and academy is like water and oil.
No, but they have great academy players.
Yeah, but
Christopher Nkunku is an ex-PSG player.
Keyword X.
Xavi Simon, that's just gone to Feyenoord, I believe, is an academy
How many
player.
of them have made to their first team?
But you see, your academy is your sustainability for the club. You can't always go back to your big daddy and beg.
And beg for cash.
For cash, yeah.
Well, luckily for them, they have a government to beg for cash. Big win.
Me, I've
Come and go, though.
Me, I've got a problem with PSG because it's the culture at the club which is rotten. Even if you bring the best managers in the world, you take Pep Guardiola, you take Klopp
Pep has
there.
never failed, but
No, but he'll go there and he'll succeed because the culture and the egos, like that team, are really, for me, the biggest problem. It's not about money or talent because, look, they've had Unai Emery, they've had Thomas Tuchel. It's not worked. So every year it's just a revolving door of managers. So they're going to keep on changing managers because the culture, the egos. Mbappe has been given so much power, like that team right now, with that big contract. He can fire managers, he can fire players. You don't see that happening, like other teams.
Right.
So for me, the culture...
No, hold up. Yes, gentlemen.
Maybe United, but the culture for me has to change at PSG.
Okay,
if that will not change, it'll always be the same.
Good stuff. All right then. Obviously, Jesus was unveiled as the Arsenal. You talk about revolving strikers in Arsenal. You know, we started with what's his name? Aubameyang. We started with Aubameyang.
Yes.
Now Lacazette. Now Jesus.
Yes.
The dreaded striker position. He's now made it permanent. Some presenters in Brazil are saying, Chief, where are you going to Arsenal? What have they done? Nothing. You should go to a bigger club. You should go to Liverpool. You should go to PSG, Barcelona. 25 goals. I asked you last week. 25 goals from Jesus. Are you seeing it happen before we go on our break?
I think he gets 18 this year, man.
18.
Yeah, I think 20 is a little bit off the mark because of everybody that surrounds him. But I think it's an amazing move for him. I support him, and I think all he now needs to do is take up the responsibility. I love the fact that he's already got into training. He's reported early just to get to know the teammates and everything. So let's see what happens.
All right, Big Will. Do you see him as doing 25?
No.
Goals?
Probably 15 goals this season.
25, 15?
Yeah, 15, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see the Nunes effect is coming in.
But according to him, 15 is not a bad.
Premier League goals, right? Total goals. Premier League goals.
Premier
right?
League goals.
Yeah.
15
To
is not
get
a bad
into that
goal.
top 4.
It's not a bad
To get them to that top 4.
Top 4, I am not too sure if they'll get into the top 4.
Whoa, that's okay. That's
Not
big.
too sure.
When we come back, we will talk about the Lenovo British Grand Prix, which happened at Silverstone. And, man, Silverstone never disappoints. And we will find out how technology saved one driver when we come back. And we're back. Remember, hashtag all day, every day. Hashtag the score KE at Keep It Kiss. All right? And later on, we're going to ask you guys about your opinion on a matter that is quite interesting to the three of us. And not only that, but also to the future of Manchester United. So keep that in mind.
No future at United. I'll take that.
So let's talk about Silverstone.
Yes.
Intriguing from Friday when the rain started and some drivers didn't finish the first practice. Second one, all of them finished. Then we came to Saturday, we had the qualifications, and then on Sunday we had the race. First thing is first, to be good.
Yes.
I dubbed it last time as a derby between the three British drivers.
Drivers.
Norris, Russell, Hamilton. Only 2 finished. That's the first thing.
Yes.
Secondly, out of the 2 who finished, one almost reclaimed that crown of Silverstone. We're talking about Hamilton, but he finished 3rd. Was that a good race for him?
Wait, are you a Hamilton fan?
Who, me?
Because that intro was pro Hamilton. I could smell Hamilton.
He's the face of F1, man. He's the box office
What do you
driver.
mean, man? What box office driver and he's getting lucky, man? People have to crash out, right? But anyway, I mean, it was great.
So for Silverstone, do you think because people crashed out that he still got number 3?
Yeah, that's it, man. Verstappen was
it's
he
only
was handicapped.
No, I disagree.
He was handicapped.
No, I
There's
disagree.
a debris under his car,
Come on, guys,
Let's
argue
stop his
about
car.
No, whatever. Lewis had the fastest lap. He finished third. Wait not for that safety car with like 10, 12 laps to go. He probably would have won this race. I was really desperate for him to win the race.
Ifs and buts, bro.
Yeah,
So
I know it's ifs and buts, by the way, but it's Formula One.
So
it's
his
either,
argument is for the last 3 races, okay? If you look carefully,
Yes.
DNFs on Ferraris,
Yes.
DNFs on top
to be
10,
lucky.
Yes,
and
yes.
then somewhat Lewis is always getting that fifth, fourth. So there's some people who are arguing, and I agree partially with him that some of these DNFs helped Lewis.
Yeah,
No,
so
not in Silverstone only. We're talking about the other races.
Not to an extent, but you race whatever, is in front of you. Even in football, if Man City beat a team like, let's say, QPR, 8 or 9-0, by the way, will you start saying, Mulipata Wanyonge? No! You know whatever's in front of you, man.
No, you see, that only works when it's a one-off.
All right.
But when it's consistent, I mean, it's near-death experiences for other people. That's how you get to the podium. Then I think that we have, there's a lot of sass that comes with that.
Yeah. So on the flip side, the world champion, at some point, he was winning the race. How did he finish 7th? And we talk about Max Verstappen.
No, I think he got
At
some...
some point, he was winning this
He
race.
got some debris. No,
Yes.
it was actually, between him and Carlos
Sainz.
Sainz.
Yes.
So he got some debris, I think, in his car, and the car just started going in reverse. Started going backwards, and before you know it, he's shouting obscenities on the radio, and he finished 7th.
Even
which wasn't bad.
even when he was pitting, that pit, before he just got into the pit lane, he had to hard brake.
Yes.
I think he had forgotten Kabisa or something.
Yes,
You could see.
Yes. So not a very good weekend for Red Bull, but Charles Leclerc didn't take advantage because I would have expected Ferrari to put Charles Leclerc on the front row to win this race, cut that gap to a sizable number. But Ferrari, for some strange reason, 3-4 races this season have not taken advantage of the woes of Red Bull.
But that car is fast. We have to agree. The Ferrari. Okay.
Yeah.
The Ferrari is fast.
I think that one of the first followers this year in
Yes,
terms of advancing their cars and everything. But I think everybody needs to cash in on the fact that Mercedes is out of it for now. Up until they can get everything correct. So I'm happy.
And I don't think Mercedes is out of it, by the way.
I think for unless, and like I told you off air, unless the bookmakers want to take it to the wire.
All right then, unless the bookmakers won't take it to the wire. Now, like I said, Silverstone had the ups, the downs, and the right out ugliness.
450,000 fans.
Ugliness.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, 450,000. The good, the bad was a bit of the weather sometimes. The ugliness is immediate. And Verstappen was the bad part. And then the ugliness, obviously, is the crash that happened just at the beginning of the race. And I want you to take a look carefully at this clip and understand how it generated, from the genesis of it to obviously what we'll talk about after the clip. Just have a look.
And as it does so, that's by the barriers, and then it goes over the tyre barrier and into the catch fencing. So he was actually, Martin, upside down, as you can see, and the roll hoop and the halo very much doing its job before the car digs in, and you do not ever want to see accidents like that.
Zoo's crash in itself was horrific, horrendous, and downright very dangerous. But something saved him. And this is something that guys have been talking about. When it was introduced, guys were against it. And we're talking about the halo. Now, the halo is the covering just on top of where the driver sits, just above his helmet. Already, when it was introduced in 2018, guys were skeptic about it because they thought it would block the view of the driver. But if you look at the crash itself, you would notice that it actually saved his head by the time the car flipped. And Big Will, when we're talking about the car flipping, it was sad because if you see how he was clipped just on the onset of the race, there was something wrong in that start.
Yeah, absolutely. And F1 races, starts are very tricky, by the way, because everyone, wants to get an advantage over, your next opponent and driver. So Zoo, I think you should just thank his God, because that crash was bad. Being flipped, the car overturning, hitting the barrier, skidding and everything, and the halo. And remember, this guy is carrying almost 500 kgs of fuel.
Yeah.
So, it was a very bad crash, but we thank God for the halo. It protected him. He came out of the car. Of course, went for his medical checks and everything. And I think he should be able to race this weekend at the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg, Austria.
Correct. So the halo itself weighs 9 kgs and is made of titanium-grade alloy. The system that can withstand 15 times the weight of the Formula 1 car. Now, as Big Will has mentioned, including the fuel as an additional weight, as well as the impact of 20 kg wheel moving at 255 kilometers per hour. So we're talking about a device that won't easily break, okay, but will secure the driver. And it's important because when you have such crashes, you need the driver to be safe, and that was evident that day. Luckily, he got out of the car, into the ambulance, and the team principal reported that he is doing fine and will be making a quick recovery. But wow, what a crash. Next up, though, we have the Austrian Grand Prix. Lotan, Austrian Grand Prix. Can now at least the Red Bull cars come into play in a course whereby they are renowned for performing quite well?
It's home ground, man.
Yeah, it's
home ground advantage.
Yes, it is.
It's very simple, man. I'm happy it just comes after Silverstone, where we faced significant disappointment. But I think Max Verstappen is, he can see the horizon. He can see the destination. And I think he just needs to get pole in this particular one and obviously win it. And then it should be as good as done.
Good stuff, good stuff. It should be as good as done. Not only did we have rugby and motorsports, but we had the UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Come on now. And it was a good day to be an African because Israel Adesanya defeated Jared Conner in a 5th round battle to retain the UFC middleweight title. Now, the good thing about these fights, they are always managed, especially in the beginning and the end, in terms of the entrance and the exit. His entrance for Israel was quite fascinating. He went back to his roots of his WWE World Wrestling Entertainment and copied The Undertaker, whereby he came in carrying an urn and the hat. It was really staged very well. But when it came to the fight, he dusted this guy. It was 5 rounds, yes. It went to a decision, but you could see that this guy could not withstand Israel's barrage.
You know, there's a general misconception or assumption that we used to have when we were younger, that if you were to go to the ring with a black man, you get whooped. I think that this man should have seen what this. But you know what? I love how the Nigerian community has obviously taken up UFC. I think a Kenyan should obviously come in and
compete in the UFC.
Start doing.
Who do you have in mind?
Man, I think it has to be somebody from
Diego if he wants.
No?
Diego is big. Yeah, he chappers you one blow. It's a wrap. He javels you out of the cage.
I think it's more of.
Is he coming with his javelin?
No, he javels you as a human. Throws you off.
I think it takes more of how your fluidity in terms of movement than just a body mass. So, but I think
if he's a heavyweight.
Hey, boss, the way this Akina Adesanya's, Akina Kumaru move
around. And you know, interestingly enough, this win means that now we have the welterweight champion, the middleweight champion, and the heavyweight champion in Francis Ngannou in Africa. Obviously, the welterweight champion is Kamaru Usman. And then now we have Adesanya, who is the middleweight champion. So good times to be an African in terms if you're a supporter of UFC.
Absolutely, and that's why I think we should actually invest in it as Kenya. Because Nigeria are doing very well like in this sport. I mean, we just need to muscle up, be strong, get those opportunities. We start from a lower rank, by the way. And who knows? I mean, as a country, as Kenya, I know we do well with athletics, with volleyball, with rugby. Maybe UFC can be a very good export for us.
Good stuff.
Yes.
So we talk about UFC. We talk about UFC, and we talk about the facts about UFC that surround UFC. So first of all, UFC owes its roots in Vale Tudo, a Brazilian combat sport that originated in the 1920s and was famous for having very few rules, okay? The first UFC event took place in Colorado in November 13th, 1993, and it had the following rules: no doping probes, no biting, no eye gouging, no weight classes. So that means you can imagine Lotan fighting against what's his name again? Francis Ngannou. Okay, like no weight limit.
He doesn't stand a chance.
He doesn't stand a chance. Unlimited 5-minute rounds. Okay. The first one that happened in Colorado. So the promotion was bought back by Frank Lorenzo and Dana White for $2 million and later sold in 2014 for $4 billion. My friend, calling a profit. And it's the most expensive transaction for an organization in sports history. Can you imagine that? People thought it's only football that you get this crazy amounts when the Glazers are buying Manu for... Let me just...
There we go.
Let me just keep quiet. But clearly, these were astronomical figures then in 2014. But when we come back, it's trivia time. And this time, I think we're going to get our winner of the first 3 episodes.
Best of 3, right?
Best of 3 between these two juggernauts of sports entertainers, or should I say sports enthusiasts, Lotan and Big Will. When we come back, it's trivia. And we're back, and as I promised, it's trivia time. And I'm telling you the questions this time will decide who will be the winner between these two future Hall of Famers, or Ballon d'Or winners as I call them.
What needs to be
Lotan
said,
and Big Will.
What needs to be said
Yes.
is Big Will is yet to taste a win. We've been doing this thing for 3 weeks. I don't know what he's doing in his house.
It's so reflective in terms of how Liverpool and City have been doing the last couple of seasons. This is what's happening right now in the studio.
This guy has only won one, man. He's talking as if he's won. The three trivias.
At my worst, you can't beat me.
Oh,
Really? There's always a
you
first
took it
time.
there. All right, let's go. First question is to you, Lotan.
Oh my God, prepare me, man. All right, let's go, man.
The Premier League didn't prepare you this way.
All right, let's go.
All right. Which boxer inflicted Muhammad Ali's first defeat in his professional boxing career? All right, so
Nice.
the choices you have: Joe Frazier, A; Ken Norton, B; Leon Springs, C; and Sonny Liston, D.
Oh man, I'll go with A, man, Fraser.
Hey, correct! Hey, okay. Joe Frazier.
I told you, man. Learning my boxing, bro.
Joe Frazier defeated Muhammad Ali in 1971 via unanimous decision. This was Muhammad Ali's 32nd professional bout. All right, and he lost it. Big Will,
Yes.
back to you. Which country won the first ever World Cup
Oh, that's easy, man.
That's easy, man.
in 1930?
That's easy. Uruguay.
You sure?
Yes.
You didn't even wait for me to give you the...
Yeah, it's
the-
Uruguay.
Let me give you the choices at least.
Okay.
The last one will amaze you. Is it Germany? B. C. Is it Peru? D. No, sorry. A. Is it Kenya?
Wow, Jeff, that's
And
crazy.
then D. Is it Uruguay? So you said Uruguay.
Yeah, I said Uruguay.
You
Yes.
sure? But one day, Kenya is going to win the World Cup. That was just me, putting a pin in it. All right? Uruguay won the 1930 World Cup, beating Argentina 4-2. The match was held in Montevideo, the capital of Uruguay. Sawa. All right, number 3, Lotan.
There we go.
Which country has produced the most Formula One World Championship winners? Which country has
nice.
produced the most Formula One World Championship winners? Is it A, Germany, B, Finland, C, United Kingdom, and D, Brazil?
Oh, that's a difficult one, man.
That's a tricky one.
I'll take you through again. A, Germany, B, Finland, C, United Kingdom, D, Brazil.
Most champions.
Yeah, most championship winners. in Formula
Man,
One.
this is a wild guess, bro.
Yeah.
I'll go with A, Germany.
You're wrong. It's actually...
Can I say?
It's actually the United Kingdom.
Yes, I was going to
Now, for the bonus point, now this can be any one of you guys. Okay, we have discovered it's the United Kingdom.
No,
yeah?
what do you mean?
Wait.
I'm supposed to get a second
Relax,
question.
No. The bonus point, you'll get your own question.
You get
this
question.
is the bonus point of this question.
What is wrong, man?
Relax. It's not 98, 97. This is not the Premier League. Right. So for the bonus point, how many winners has the UK, the United Kingdom, produced in Formula One?
Wow.
How many winners?
Is there choices?
Well, no, it's for the bonus. I can give you some choices. I'll come up with some choices. We have 9, 7, 10, or 11.
Oh, man, 10.
9, 7,
Wild guess.
10, or 11.
I'd say 10.
You say 10?
I'll say 7.
You are wrong, Big Will. It is 10.
Get it on back!
So yeah, he lost out on the main point, but he gets a point on the
I
bonus.
still get a bonus, right?
No, you didn't get it correct.
You didn't get it correct.
Oh, but I'm
He
supposed
said 10.
Okay, but
There's
my
a
question is
that
coming.
comes
Your question
to
is
you.
coming. Thank
Big
you.
Will, relax. Hey, Chief. This is not 97, 98, man.
It's
Now,
2-1,
when I mean
right?
97-98, I mean the Premier League, obviously points between Liverpool and City. All right, Big Will, now this is yours. What is the national sport of Canada? What is the national sports of Canada? Sports for Canada. So A, soccer, B, lacrosse, C, ice hockey, D, rugby. Again,
that one's easy.
A, soccer, B, lacrosse, C, ice hockey, D, rugby.
Ice hockey.
Ice hockey.
You said ice hockey?
Yes, ice hockey,
You
yes.
said ice hockey? Yes. You're both wrong. It is lacrosse.
No, it's ice hockey. Where?
Lacrosse was declared. I like the way you bring in politics and Kenyan government into this show. You can't just say, where. Like, no, you want to threaten my life.
You're wrong.
It's
If
ice hockey.
you're wrong, you're wrong. Let me give you the facts.
Okay, sawa.
Lacrosse was declared Canada's national sport in 1859. Sawa, chromosome yako iko inajulikana. In 1994, however, ice hockey was added to the list as Canada's official winter sport, and lacrosse remained Canada's official summer sport.
Okay.
Sawa, you are correct on what is it called again? On ice hockey, but winter sport. This guy can't stop laughing at you, man.
Are we done with this game already?
Not it. Let's go. Let's back to you, Lawton. So far, Lawton is in the lead. Lawton, how long is an Olympic-sized swimming pool in meters? How long is an Olympic-sized swimming pool in meters? A, 50 meters, B, 45 meters, C, 60 meters, D, 30 meters.
50.
Correct.
You do 100, yeah.
Correct.
Boss, just call this game over.
Olympic-sized swimming pool was 50 meters long.
Yes.
Big Will.
Yes.
Time to redeem yourself.
To what? Is there another question for me?
No.
Then it's over, man.
Let him at least get maybe one or not get one. All right then. So number 6.
Yes.
A shuttlecock is used in which sport? A shuttlecock is used in which sport? Wait.
Badminton.
Let me give you the choices. A, cricket. B, badminton. C, lacrosse. And D, ice hockey.
Badminton.
Correct. Badminton, Big Wheel. Shuttlecock is used in badminton. The shuttle part refers to the back and the fourth nature of the game, whereas the cock part is named after or derived from the resemblance of the features of a rooster. So we have to agree that Lawton has won.
No,
the trivia.
I've been stolen, by the way.
That was a bonus inside that question.
And you know what?
Ice hockey is the national sport of
Big
Canada.
Willie, just
It's a
calm down.
winter.
It's okay. Calm down. You can talk to the Canadians about that. But I think you said the hashtag is keep it kiss.
Yeah, at Keep It Kiss hashtag is the score KE.
It's okay.
Correct.
So this is it. I need somebody out there that's worth my competition. I think it's getting a little bit too easy. So listen, you need to tag us and tell us that you can come on the show and obviously do this. I mean, it's too easy, man.
As you said, hashtag the score KE.
And he's only won once. He's only won once.
Twice.
Which
Twice.
other time have you won, by the way?
Boss, you've never won since you started. That's what I mean.
Now, some entertainment here in sports. You've heard of rugby scores that go into the hundreds. You've heard of, I don't know how cricket does it, but, basketball, you've heard it goes into the hundreds. But football, and this is happening a bit now too often. Now, in Sierra Leone, the FA is to investigate a 95-0. 95 goals in 90 minutes and a 91-1 win in the second tier matches in Sierra Leone. That is Kahunla 95, Lumbembu United 0. And then we had the other one, which was Golf FC 91 and Kokwima Lebanon 1. The halftime scores were 2-0 and 7-1 respectively.
93 goals.
Let's end the show then. If at halftime it was 2-0, how does it end 95-0? Even if you say the keeper just stays like that.
Or the goalkeeper went for a bathroom break.
But
didn't
to
come
be honest, to be honest, I think it's possible.
How?
I've lost 25.
Yeah?
I've lost 25 nil.
In second half.
No, faster.
Faster.
Were you playing football?
Nah, he was playing FIFA,
So
bro.
we were playing with Campus against Kenya Premier League team.
Okay,
Was 25 nil.
this is the same tier. And then, funny enough, Thomas Daddy Bremer, and obviously when you're called Daddy, there's a problem there. He's the Sierra Leone FA president. We can't stand by and see an embarrassing situation like this go unpunished. All those found guilty will be handed over to the country's anti-corruption commission. It's not even about sports anymore. You go straight to the anti-corruption commission. Hope they don't form another commission of inquiry and wonder how the ball entered into the net 95 times. Right then, the next thing we're going to look at, obviously, is the Saturday fixtures. There's some Saturday fixtures coming up, both in rugby and, interestingly, next week, Premier League clubs are going to have some pre-season friendlies. First of all, we'll have Arsenal versus Everton, Sunday, 17th July. Okay, that's going to be a big game in terms of the pre-season coming in. And also, we'll have Arsenal versus Chelsea, which will be where, in Orlando also?
Orlando as well. So that will be the last game of the American tour. And then in Manchester United, we'll be going to Thailand, correct?
Yes.
And then there, they'll have face Liverpool on Tuesday, 12th July. They'll face also Crystal Palace on the 19th. What are you saying?
Because Crystal Palace, man, is a boogie team, man. It's going to be a good game.
And then on the 23rd, they'll also face Aston Villa. So we have Manchester United versus Liverpool on the 12th, Manchester United versus Crystal Palace on the 19th, and then they finally finish up with Aston Villa on the 23rd of July. Lotan, take us through Manchester City.
All right, so the champions elect, yet again, obviously going to be having a slower pre-season. I think we're trying to save in the gas because it's going to be a long season. I think our first game will be on the 21st against Club America, but I anticipate there's going to be a lot more behind closed door games. Just for the tactical setup and everything. But I think the big one obviously is against Bayern Munich. That's going to be away on the 23rd of July. But just after that one, when the season starts, we'll travel to Barcelona for a friendly game.
Before the season starts?
When the season starts. After the West Ham game.
Wow. Okay. The audacity of Manchester City, yeah?
No, I mean, Barcelona is our academy now. So.
All right, let's go to Liverpool.
Okay, Liverpool, of course, do have a game against Man United next week, Tuesday at 7 p.m. against Man United in Bangkok. Then I think they'll travel to Singapore to play Crystal Palace on the 15th. And then we've got a game against RB Leipzig on the 21st of this month. Then we play Salzburg on the 27th. And then we play Man City in the Community Shield on July 30th at the King Power Stadium.
Correct. Let's go to Chelsea.
All right, so Chelsea are broke, but you know what? They have a couple of good fixtures that are coming their way. So Chelsea will be playing against Club America. That's on the first game in the preseason. That's coming this weekend, next week on a Sunday. Then they have a game against Charlotte, and then obviously that penultimate game on the 23rd, 4 a.m. local time. That's against the Arsenal.
All right then, and then we finish with Tottenham.
Yes, Spurs, who are back in the Champions League, do have a game against Sevilla on the 16th of July. Then they play Rangers on the 23rd of July. And then they play Roma on July 30th.
Correct. Now, earlier, I'd told you that I'll ask your opinion on a matter that is bogging down Manchester United. So first of all, I'll ask my experts in studios, and then I'll get to you in a minute. So, Cristiano Ronaldo, where do you think he would go, would want to go? Because now we don't know where we want to go. There's speculation on Chelsea. There is Barcelona. There is also Bayern Munich. Where do you think he'll
So Oli Kahn came out and Oliver Kahn said that there's no way Bayern Munich can afford his wages. So it's very simple. Ronaldo needs to go and play with his agent.
So,
I mean, and that's the MLS.
No. Funny thing is not even the MLS. It's a Chelsea.
Chelsea, sorry.
I mean, there's a 39-year-old somewhere in that defense.
There's
you wouldn't have to have a 38-year-old.
But now N'Golo Kante, the number 7, will be stripped.
Man, my only problem is N'Golo will cry if you take that number. N'Golo is such a good guy, man.
Big Will.
Yes.
Which team do you think he'll go to? Because Barcelona are also putting their foot forward. Chelsea have put their foot forward.
Barca
clearly, Bayern Munich have said no.
I mean, I'm just thinking go to the MLS. Because I can't see, how does he go to PSG? I mean, Bayern have said no. Chelsea, I'm not too sure. His wages are going to be the problem. Barca, I mean, are not even interested in him, are they?
No, they are.
Rumor has it.
They are.
I don't think he goes to Barca because of his Madrid connections.
Yes. So, what's at 22 MLS? Florida will be a very good home for him.
Him and Gareth Bale.
Yes, Gareth Bale, yes.
So
or even LA, by the way, Los Angeles.
All right, then. So I put this to you guys. Hashtag, and you can use the hashtag the score KE, hashtag all day, every day, at Keep It Case. My question to you is simple. Where do you think Cristiano Ronaldo's next club will be? Where do you think Cristiano Ronaldo's next club will be? Is it Barcelona? Bayern Munich have said no clearly. Or is it Chelsea? Or Big Will has put another span in the works. Will he go to the MLS, the American League? So which club will Cristiano Ronaldo go to? Is it Barcelona? Is it Chelsea? Or will he end up in the MLS and maybe join Gareth Bale there? So please get voting and let's get your opinion on this matter, okay? Because it is before everyone, including us guys at Manchester United. It's crazy.
But you know what's fun is if Ronaldo actually leaves, then now third week of the season, United have to play Elanga against Van Dijk.
No, trust me, there will be a contingency plan from the manager. We don't have just a Kalongo manager. It's Ten Hag.
Boss.
I'm sure he has a plan.
Who are you guys going to say if
exits.
Ronaldo leaves, by the way? Anthony
who's
from
the number
Ajax.
9?
I mean, there's so many.
Anthony has been...
Immobile is available. Belotti is available.
So
Skamaka is available.
Boss.
Here's the thing. It's because we don't have time. I can go through these players.
Skamaka's going to PSG.
You know what?
Belotti's
Let's do this.
old. Who else?
Immobile.
Ciro Immobile, man, is a fossil. I mean, someone that played the 26 World Cup.
Dybala is a free agent.
Dybala is going to Inter.
Yeah. So here's the thing. We'll have this challenge before I wrap up the show. Next week, you host. You give me the opportunity to tear my team. Sawa? We see how that goes.
It's done.
Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, this is The Score. My name is Joe Saina, and I was joined by Lawton and Big Will in the building. Hashtag The Score KE. Hashtag all day, every day. And keep it Kiss TV at Keep It Kiss. And until then, I'll see you next week. And please, Ronaldo, if you're going, just go.